War memorials are a familiar part of the townscape of the borough. They're a poignant reminder of all those local people who lost their lives in 2 world wars and in other armed conflicts. 72 war memorials are currently recorded in Hillingdon. 21 are monuments in the community, whilst the majority of the others take the form of windows, wall tablets or other monuments in the borough's churches. This self-guided trail covers a selection of the war memorials that can be found across the borough. You will be able to visit, see the structures in their settings, and view the names of those commemorated. Harefield War Memorial is a stone obelisk with raised laurel wreath on each side. It was designed by Frederick Herbert Mansford and dedicated on the 17th of July 1921. 2 Victoria Cross recipients, Robert Edward Ryder and Cecil John Kinross, born in Harefield, are commemorated with paving plaques next to the memorial. The memorial is situated on Centenary Field, which was designated in 2014 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the outbreak of World War I. Alfred Miles was born in Harefield in 1900. He was a private in the 10th Tank Corps and was killed in action on the 25th of March 1918 at Log East Wood. Only 2 of the 7 tanks involved survived the action. He has no known grave but is commemorated on the Arras Memorial. Northwood War Memorial is a stone cross on an octagonal column on a square stepped base. In 1919, the Northwood War Memorial Committee decided to erect a cottage hospital and a memorial cross. The latter was designed by local man F.D. Bedford and sculpted by W. Ormner Jr., a noted maker of war memorials. It was unveiled on the 13th February 1921. Arnold Fairbarns lived in Murray Road, Northwood. He had a wife, Ethel, and 1 son. In 1916, he enlisted in the Bedfordshire Regiment and was then commissioned into the Yorkshire Regiment. Captain Fairbarns was killed in October 1918 whilst carrying a wounded man from another regiment after hearing his cries for help. Eastcote War Memorial is a stone cross on a raised base. It was presented to the village of Eastcote by Benjamin James and Annie Hall. Tony Hippolyte Beata lived at the old house Lime Grove, Eastcote. He learnt to fly at Hendon and enlisted in the Royal Flying Corps in 1915. By 1917, he had been promoted to captain and had destroyed an enemy aircraft. He died in a flying accident over Britain in 1918. Ruislip War Memorial takes the form of a stone cavalry on a square and stepped octagonal base. R. Henry C. Abercrombie lived at Ashbury in Ruislip. He joined the army as a private in 1914 and was promoted through the ranks to sergeant by December the same year. He was killed whilst in command just before his 25th birthday in May 1915. The Polish Air Force Memorial is a significant monument to Polish airmen from World War II, comprising of a large stone obelisk with bronze eagle. It is Grade 2 listed. On the 2nd of August 1940, 303 Squadron was formed at the Royal Air Force Northolt. 303 was only the 2nd Polish Air Force fighter squadron to form in the UK. It would go on to become the most successful of all Allied squadrons in the Battle of Britain, credited by Fighter Command with 126 enemy aircraft destroyed in just 6 weeks. The memorial was unveiled on the 2nd of November 1948 and commemorates the 2,165 Polish airmen who lost their lives in World War II fighting alongside the Western Allies. Uxbridge Peace Memorial is a granite column on a square base surmounted by a bronzed winged angel holding a laurel wreath. She is an allegory of victory. The sculptor was Captain Adrian Jones, who is most known for various horse subjects, including Quadriga on Constitutional Arch at Hyde Park. The memorial was unveiled on the 11th of November 1924 by Lady Hillingdon. Hayes War Memorial takes the form of a wooden cavalry with a bronze figure on raised stone plinth with brick surrounding walls. Frederick A. Hewins was the only son of a long-established Hayes family who ran an engineering business. He joined up in 1915, serving in the Honourable Artillery Company before transferring to the Royal Flying Corps in 1917 as an instructor. He died from burns following an air accident in 1918. Useley War Memorial at St Matthew's Church is a stone cross on an obelisk with raised wreath and sword motifs on a square base. It was unveiled in 1921. George Torrington lived in Horton Road and enlisted in 1915. He was awarded the MM for conspicuous bravery in the field in 1917 and was twice mentioned in dispatches. In 1918, after volunteering to help a comrade who had fallen down a well, he died of spinal injuries sustained when the rescue rope broke. Useley and West Drayton War Memorial is an elegant stone memorial with armorials and raised wreath within a low-walled area in front of West Drayton Cemetery. It includes the famous words by Lawrence Binyon, "They shall not grow old." Harlington War Memorial at St Peter's and St Paul's Church in Harlington is a granite Celtic cross. It was designed by Charles Scott and erected in 1920. Additional inscriptions were added after the Second World War and again after the Korean War to honour the fallen of those conflicts. 3 out of the 4 sons of James and Rosina Gibbs of Dawley were killed during World War I. George was killed in action in 1917 at the Third Battle of Ypres. His brothers James and William were killed 1 month apart in 1918, William from wounds sustained at Cambrai and James at St Aubert. Further details about war memorials in the borough can be found on the council's website www.hillingdon.gov.uk.